Hello, everyone. My name is Edgar Garcia. I've been a trainer and a wellness coach since 1992, and I just want to wish you all a happy new year. And I hope 2024 will be a blessed and a progressive new year for you all. Tonight, I want to talk about how to make progress in your workout. Now, a lot of you, the majority of you, are not high intensity trainer or HIT. Uh, when I say HIT, the type of HIT training that Mike Metzer, Dr. Darden, and Arthur Jones talked about in their publications. Um, Many of you are volume trainers. You probably do 20 sets per major muscle groups and perhaps 10 to 15 sets for minor muscle groups. And I wanted to appeal to you and see if I can perhaps change your mind about high volume training. Um, in the past, I've trained in high volume fashion as well, and I did see very good results, but the results itself were pretty much temporary. I mean, I plateaued really quick. And so when I found out about HIT, I started to understand that I can't train the way I was training because I'm natural and my my ability is not as great as those who are enhanced. And perhaps you're finding yourself in the same situation like I was. And what I would encourage you to do is just basically cut your workout in half. So let's say if you're training 20 sets per major body part, cut it down to about 10 sets. And if you're doing, let's say, 10 to 15 sets for minor ones, cut it down to about 5 sets or 6 sets for your minor ones. And if you're going to the gym every day, 6 days a week out of 7 days, maybe perhaps cut it down to 4. And I think, in my opinion, you'll even see better progress going to the gym 3 times a week. That's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, perhaps. All right. And why would I recommend that? It's because it'll definitely improve your recovery ability. All right. As Arthur Jones, Dr. Darden, and Mike Metzer talked about, recovery ability is limited for the majority of us naturals. A lot of us are average. There are some people who are above average. I mean, I've seen it, and I've trained a couple of them who have above average recovery ability. Um, I've had a gentleman before. When I trained him, um, I feel like I could probably train him more because his recovery was just so awesome. After the workout, he's just recovered and uh, just not, it's like nothing for him. And then he could come back the next day and train the same intensity again. And then there's other people who don't recover very well. I remember training an Asian lady, and no matter how low the volume is or how low the intensity is, she just doesn't recover very well. I remember she was doing 3 pounds dumbbell curls. I'm serious about this, 3 pounds. And I've never seen anyone like her who had a hard time lifting 3 pounds of dumbbell. And she was a young lady. I mean, she was 20 years younger than me. And anyway, her recovery ability is not that good because she would start complaining about muscle soreness or fatigue after the training. All right. So, but the good news is the majority of us are average. We all have average recovery ability. And does recovery ability improve? It does actually. If you're someone who um, haven't been training for a long time, um, all of a sudden you picked up weights and started lifting, exercising, perhaps even doing cardio, your recovery ability does improve. but it doesn't improve the same way as your muscles improves. Um, the potential for muscle gains is a lot greater than for recovery gain, according to Arthur Jones, Dr. Darden, Mike Metzer. And they're probably right because I've seen it myself, being a trainer since 1992. That's over 30 years now of experience under my belt, and I've trained thousands of people from all walks of life, from people who just wants to lose weight, build muscles, people who who just wants to maintain a good health, people who wants to improve their health. I've seen recovery, how the recovery ability plays a huge role in those, and many of us will actually experience a decline as we start to age. I remember when I hit 35, my recovery ability wasn't as good as when I was in my 20s. And not only that, I didn't make any changes, and I started injuring myself actually. I started hurting my shoulder. I even tore my right Achilles tendon, and I started to have bursitis, um, bad back. So I just wasn't recovering as I was before in my 20s. In my 20s, I had no problem lifting heavy weights, um, and I could do a lot. I mean, I did a lot. Not only that, my activity was pretty high back then too in my 20s. I remember having two jobs, going to the gym and having another job in the weekend. Like for example, Monday through Friday, I would wake up um, 4 in the morning, and I would drive for like 45 minutes to an hour to my job, and at 6 o'clock I'm on. I'm working all the way to 2:30, and then once I get off work, I drive again for about an hour or an hour and a half, depending on the traffic, and I'll be going straight to the gym like around 4 o'clock. All right, and then I'll try and get my 45 minute workout in. And then I would go work at the public library at 6 and then be off at 10. And then I would repeat that process again the next day. And then in the weekend, I would be doing my personal training job Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday back again doing my other uh, jobs. I'm sorry, my other jobs. And so, can I do that today? No, I can't. I can't handle that kind of volume, because my recovery ability is not that great. And yeah, I mean, I was just surprised that I could do that when I was in my younger years and be fine and be okay and still have energy to work out and energy to train others too. So just know that recovery ability does decline. It does decline. And so you have to pretty much complement your workout according to your recovery ability and try increasing the intensity. So if you do decide to cut your workout in half, your frequency in half, um, try increasing the intensity, meaning train to failure. And what I mean by training to failure is train to positive failure. So yeah, it will definitely give you good results, in my opinion. Oh, no, not in my opinion, but I've seen people who cut their workout in half, like some of the people I've trained who don't really like high intensity training, but they do want to see progress. I do decrease their volume a little bit, but I increase the intensity by having them train to failure or even close to failure. Um, they would make very good progress with that, and that progress will probably last them for about 6 months or a year. All right, and then once they plateau, um, I would make another recommendation, and that's usually cutting their workouts again in half till you're pretty much down to where I am at right now, or where some of the trainees I have are at, which they're only doing a total of 5 to 6, at most 7, and I don't go any more than 9 set total. Then this is total for the day. All right, and they'd be only in the gym for about 20 to half an hour at most, and then they go home, rest, then take a day or two, then come back. Then progress is good. All right. Anyway, I just wanted to promote my book. It's called How to Get Rid of Your Skinny Self Through High Intensity Training. And I have it on sale at Amazon for only $9. And again, the book, it's all about high intensity training. And I talk about my experience and the people I trained, their experience as well. So I truly appreciate it if you could buy my book. And again, it's only $9. It used to be $16, but I made it $9 so that people can have a copy. Okay, because that's $9 was pretty much how I bought my first bodybuilding book for only $9, and I sort of want to honor that and make it affordable for everyone, and only sell it for $9. Okay, thank you so much, and God bless you all. Bye bye.